What's up, my good people? I'm just sliding through to have some real talk. I know I haven't had no real talk in a minute now, but I just wanted to come through and have some real talk with y'all. You know, in life, sometimes we cannot help who we love. We can't help who we like, who we fall for. Sometimes they're awesome and they're great, and sometimes they're not so great. But we can't help sometimes who we love. I say all this to say that sometimes, no matter how dysfunctional it is, no matter how toxic it is, some people are only used to that type of surroundings, interactions, and relationships. So when you bring the most light and the most love to a situation, it's foreign to them because sometimes the dysfunction is not functional for them because they're so used to moving in dysfunction. So no matter how much love, no matter how much light, no how much um, laughter you try to bring to a person's life or their situation or their current circumstance or their current emotional health, if they don't understand that, that is foreign to them. And we have to learn to just respect their process and respect the fact that dysfunction is function to them. A lot of times we're in a situation and in a circumstance where people are hurting, so they hurt you. And even though they do it on purpose, sometimes somebody just get a spirit to come over and be like, I'm about to be nasty to this person just because, I'm feeling some type of way. I'm in my feelings. And this is just how I feel that I'm going to do. And then you have people who really just don't, they so messed up emotionally, mentally, and spiritually that they don't even recognize that they are throwing and hitting you with blows. Especially if you're full of love and light, because a love and lighted person always carries themselves in love and light. And sometimes we do have our dark moments. We are human and we are not perfect. We're just human. But we usually manage it or handle it to a point where we can't, and then that's when the love and lighted person usually will break. And when we do, or when we say something, or when we express, we're looked at as though being smart, we're rude, we're out of content, all these things that we're not, because we have been able to manage and interact and still be functional and not dysfunctional in dealing with things. But everybody is not able. And then sometimes some people are so used to being hurt, used, ran over, ruined, that they do not understand the fundamentals of functioning relationships. It's almost as if they know that it's toxic, they know that it's dysfunctional, but they will still go back to that same. It's like dogs returning to their vomit. When you ever seen a dog throw up, I had plenty of dogs in my lifetime, so, and they go back and they lick it up, and you like slapping the dog like on his butt, like, what are you doing? Stop eating that, yuck. And they slurping it up like it's the best thing, like it's gravy. And that's how dysfunctional people who have been inhabited to a period of time in dysfunction, they take shelter there. It's almost like a comfort zone. It's like, if you ain't coming with drama, cussing, fussing, fighting, they don't understand that. They waiting for it. They looking for it. Ooh, yeah, fireworks. Whereas in somebody who like, well, let's talk. Let's have an adult conversation. Let's just chop it up. What is this? What is that? What does this mean? Because I don't want to assume anything. That's how come it's dysfunctional, because y'all assume stuff. Nobody's communicating. Nobody's asking questions. Nobody's getting a clear understanding of what the other one in interpretation of whatever it is they're saying, doing, acting, is perceived. We don't know. So I'm one to not have a problem, a master communicator, to talk, to ask questions. And I'm always taken the wrong way or mistreated behind it. But it's okay, because I'm not going to stop being me. That's healthy. It's healthy to ask those questions. It's healthy to have an understanding. It's healthy rather you and used to nobody asking you questions because you're just so used to dysfunctionalism. I don't know what to tell you. You need to get used to it because that's healthy. That's a healthy release. Then you don't have to go and get involved yourself in other things to help you deviate from those emotional breakdowns, if you will. When you've hit that rock bottom because you've been holding and you've been fussing and you've been in dysfunction and you really know that it's not functional and you want to get out and you can and then you try and you get a way of escape but then you go right back, or you're torn between going back to eat the vomit or going back to eat this fresh bowl of food. You don't know what to do. And sometimes you end up chasing your own tail for a minute. But whatever it is you do, the last thing you should do is burn a bridge or wound a person who is love and light. Because love and light is only sent from who? So be careful. Because you could slap your blessing in the face. And in essence, you slapping your creator in the face because you might not have said it out loud. But in quiet and in secret, when all the drama is humdrum and it's low and everybody's sleeping, you're over the argument, you're over the fight, you're over the dysfunction, you're over the breaking of dishes and glasses and cussing and fussing and calling names and all the crazy chaotic stuff that can happen in dysfunctionalism. That person, the love and light, is your balance to life. So when you were going through that and that was done and you said in your mind, in your hindsight, in your prayer closet when nobody knew, Lord, I'm tired of this. Lord, I just wish you would send me somebody. I just, want, and then when he does, what do? Get dysfunctional. So people, continue no matter what. It hurt. I've been hurt recently, feelings hurt, but it's okay. I choose to continue to be the light in somebody else's darkness. I choose to be light in their darkness. I choose to be light in love. It's a choice. Do I have good days? Yes. Do I have some really bad, boo-hoo, slap somebody if they say something to me days? Of course I do. Of course I do. But because the core essence of me here is originally defined and originally designed to be light and love, light and love usually overrides those feelings. So y'all, we got to keep praying for one another. There's a lot of hurting people, and hurting people are hurting people. They hurt me, they hurt you, they hurt others. But we got to remember to walk in the lightness and the love. Remember, I'm always praying for you, boo. Just wanted to slide through and have some real talk. And if you were the person who dished out hurt, it's okay to go back to the person and say, I apologize. And more than likely, because they are light and love, they just been waiting for you to give light and love back. So remember, praying for you, boo. Don't return to your own vomit. Go to the fresh grass over yonder where you can grow. Even if nobody's on that fresh grass, grow alone. It's okay. Respectfully, Mani.